Hey, good morning everybody. John Bergsman here from Fisherman's Digest. Way in the back fog, you can see Cheboygan Harbor, and we're out here today with the Hubert gang. We got Avery on the rod, we got Captain Steve grabbing the net, we got Richard driving the boat. We're here with the Angler Qwest, and we are having a great day here out of the port of Cheboygan. Stay tuned for some awesome fishing action. We're out here super early, like not even May, late April. And this is what you get when you come to Cheboygan, Michigan. Fishing stupid all the time. Stay tuned. Yeah, Abe. First
high
fish
diver
of the day. Was that a high diver, Steve?
High diver. On the Dreamweaver.
Yeah. That looks like one of those pretty ones.
Yeah, super slim, and I think it's a greasy chicken wing.
Greasy chicken wing?
Yeah.
Who comes up with these names anyway? We gotta look at Shane and see if he's all in one piece. Greasy chicken
That was right
wing.
out of the box
I got
this morning.
Show that one off there, Steve.
Greasy chicken wing. He took a little paint off this morning. Natural lake trout. Cheboygan, Michigan.
That's about average size too, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, that's a nice average. Probably about a 5-pounder.
Yeah, and this is greasy chicken wing. Dreamweaver, you see it hanging right here. A little bit of mud, a little bit of stuff on the spoon. That thing was really close to bottom, Steve.
Yeah, we were ticking bottom. He didn't seem to mind.
No. So when you get a big one, which I don't know how big this is, but you know, you might get a 10, 12, 14 pounder. If you do a nice, steady, easy lift and then reel down, lift and then reel down, keeping pressure on, you know, it's much better solution than tightening your drag down so you can just crank them in, because if you do that, when you do get them close to the boat, if they go bonkers on you, you'll just tear them off. When you feel them pounding like that, just don't reel, just let the fish settle down. A couple of little keys. Steve explained high rod tip to you. You just can't horse them. You can't force these fish faster than they're gonna come. If you try to make them come too fast, all that's gonna happen is you're gonna give them another chance at life because they're gonna swim away. I guess we can't hide that the number 125 and what that is to you guys out there who are just learning how to lake trout fish. That means we have backing on our reel of about 25-pound big game, and we have 125 feet of copper line, which is a weighted line, which is just going to take you down. And then we've got another 20-foot fluorocarbon leader, and then we put a spin, you know, a Dreamweaver snap, a good ball bearing snap, so you get a lot of action. And then you put your super slim on, your spoon, whatever you're going to put on that, and that gives you the ability to have these fish, the spoon spin and be real active, and when the fish gets on, you're not tangling your line all up either. Having a good ball bearing snap on your setup is important. And here comes the fish. I'm gonna bring him to Captain Steve. Oh yeah, he's putting up a tussle. And this is the thing, guys, you only get so many bites a day, so there's no point in hurrying it.
It's a fatty.
Oh, we are tangled in there.
I was pretty confident we were.
But we can get that one loose.
Yes, pretty simple.
And what is that, orange icicle?
I think it's an orange icicle, but here's a perfect example is how they're barely hooked, just the skin of the lips right there. If you pull on them too hard, they will pull off. That's why you lose quite a few fish. Ooh, that's a nice chunky fish.
Awesome, awesome. Yep.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Angler Qwest, built with purpose. Traxstech, the ultimate fishing system. Strike King, tie one on. Garmin.
Make loading and unloading your boat easy with the Drotto Catch and Release Automatic Boat Latch. Load with ease, simply drive on the trailer and the Drotto will automatically latch to your bow eye. A hard plastic liner protects your boat. For launching, back your boat in, pull the release lever and away you go. For roller or bunk trailers, the Drotto is quick and easy to install and works with most V-hull boats. Spend less time at the landing and more time fishing. The Drotto Catch and Release Automatic Boat Latch, online at DrottoProducts.com.
So we've talked a lot about the Garmin products when we're catching these open water fish. What you see here is a really tight group of isobar lines, and what those really are is just depth contour lines, similar to like you'd see on a wind graph. And what this helps us do is know and understand exactly where the fish are biting. Now you see the way I'm cutting across these lines. I'm not just running straight up and down a line, I'm actually weaving in and out. And we go from about 60 foot till about 40 foot. And what we're trying to do is identify if there's a particular zone, maybe a 3 or 4 foot zone, where the fish seem to be biting. Now you'll see a mark right there. Come up and look at our 30 foot downrigger ball. That little streak right there is a fish actually swimming up to look at it. And so all we're really doing is trying to pay attention to the depth contours, and whenever we get a fish, one of the first things that Richard does is he'll notice the bite, hears the board go back, he'll look immediately at our depth gauge and make a mental note, so that after a while we'll be able to put together a pattern where instead of going maybe from 60 to 40, we're getting all of our bites between 47 and 53, and then we'll tighten up our S's. So use your depth contour lines as a tool to minimize how much wasted time you're fishing by paying attention when and where you get your strikes. Our point is, we're almost to that little point. We're on it, aren't we?
We're on that point.
Isn't that crazy? We just talked about that. We slowed down, we had a double, we got none. Then we slowed, made a turn to come back to the spot we had the double, we caught a fish, now we get to the spot, Steve. Boom, another fish. You gotta pay attention to where you're at in the water column. So cool. It's so cool when it works, you know?
Well, 15 minutes ago.
Oh, for sure. Guys, you know what? We've talked about this, Steve and I, before. The northeast corner of Michigan offers some of the most consistent fishing year-round, right? I mean, just all the time catches.
Yes, you're never gonna go out and not catch fish. You're always seem to be catching limits of lake trout every trip, and they're always trying to get those additional 1 of the 4 species of salmon, and then you got your steelhead and your walleyes and all the other mixture fish. So,
but a lot of people sell this area short. They think it's just June, July, and August. April and May can be the best fishing of the year.
the most numbers come in May for me. I mean, we caught 54 landed lake trout in less than a 6-hour trip. We were out about 5.5 hours. I was jumping around that boat like crazy, and that was mid-May. It's just somewhere between the water temperature 40 and 50 degrees. They just go crazy in the shallower water from 40 to 50 feet of water, and you just can't keep any lines in the water.
Yeah, and this is just so enjoyable because as a lot of people who come from Michigan, and if you're watching this show and you're not from Michigan, understand that the other thing about the northeast side of the state, the Alpena, Cheboygan, Mackinac City, Straits area, St. Ignace, is that the prevailing wind, the majority of wind in Michigan comes from the southwest. So this northeast corner offers an element of protection to the boater, so you get a lot less trip cancellations compared to the west side of the state.
Yeah, as you can see right now, last call waters, and it's kind of that way almost every morning.
Yeah.
At least 9 times out of 10.
Oh, that's a nice fish, Steve. Orange gangsta.
Orange gangster. They always say bright days, bright colors, and you don't get much brighter color than that. Super Slim Orange Gangster. He liked it.
Yeah, I'd say.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Polarcraft, the toughest built aluminum boats, bar none. Dreamweaver, home of the revolutionary Spin Doctor. Lose, feel the difference. WavePro, best ride on the water.
WavePro high-performance boat pedestals eliminate bottoming out and back-jarring impacts. Now available the 2.0 version and slider seat hubs. The best in air shock technology provides a controlled return to keep you on your seat. Fast and easy to install with permanent mounts or movable hubs for quick and easy seat placement in 10 to 16-inch models. WavePro, high-performance boat pedestals, best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.
So that's 4 bites at the point. Look at that board, guys. I mean, that board was on the outside, and it's all the way into the prop wash already.
It's only a 50 copper, so it's down a whole 11 feet.
11 feet. That, we'd love to say it's a steelhead, but unfortunately, it'd have to be going a little more crazy than that.
Yeah. The funny part about that, I was just dropping that diver to get it down lower deep.
I know. And that other one, you were going to adjust it, and boom, it got ripped.
Mm-hmm. But I was thinking they might be right belly on the bottom, and
I know.
This guy is 10 foot down.
I know, and that's one of the biggest things to the people watching the show is so we've got 50 copper, 75 copper, 125, those 3 basic things of what we had out today, and we've had activity on all of them. The 125 probably the best, but even a 125 is only down 30 feet, and so don't necessarily just get locked in on one thing. Leave those other ones on the outside board, that 50 and that 75 out, because you have no idea at what point in the day those fish actually rise up in the column and become active, and then those boards they can be dropping like flies in no time, and if you're fishing below them, you'd never know it.
Yeah, you want your spread all throughout the water column, because every fish rides differently on different
and in
depths.
different spots. I mean, you might pull up on the next point and they might be shallow, and that's the other thing.
Spread your baits out throughout the water column.
And leave them there, soak them, let them be.
Especially in the mixed bag fishery here in Huron.
Yeah.
Well, got 7 different species. They're not all at the same depth. So.
No, and the coho and Atlantics are absolutely traditionally high fish. Love those offshore boards, guys. Just that easy to just pop this release, pop this release. One little tip is I run, because we're running thicker backer, like a 30-pound or 25-pound big game, this orange pin's going to be just fine to hold on to that, no problem. But what I do is I put my pin, this little red one has a pin right in there. I lay my line behind that pin, so even if I got an incredibly hard rip by a big steelhead and it popped this free, this is pinned, the board just hangs on the line. I bring the board in backwards. You don't have to turn around and grab a board. So I always run the pin on the back of a board when I'm lake trout fishing like this, because it's just that precaution. If you do get that crazy game fish that busts you off, not bust you off, but breaks the front of your board loose, your board doesn't come off. There he is, happy as a clam, coming in. Right to Brett. Oh, look at that beautiful fish. It's a big one. Hang on a minute, Steve. Hold the fish right there. Where's that GoPro? GoPro. He's just performing so well that I don't want to pass it up. Oh, that was good. Bring him up to me, Stevie. Wow. Look at that. That's a Dreamweaver Super Slim. Glow, Super Bread, Wonder Bread, whatever you want to call it. It's a Glow UV Wonder Bread, and it is lights out. You can see that fish wanted it.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Offshore Tackle Products, Flo-Fast, world's leading portable fluid transfer system, Drotto, catch and release boat system.
We all want to keep moving, and we all need fuel to do it. Now, with the revolutionary Flo-Fast system, you can fuel up and keep moving from literally anywhere. Flo-Fast will pump or siphon an amazing 8 gallons per minute, so you can get back to what you do best. To find out more about Flo-Fast, go to flofast.com. Flo-Fast. Fuel up. Keep moving.
So we're going to talk about the baits we used today. Obviously, we used copper line, Steve, 75, 125. Those seem to be by far the best, correct?
Yep.
Yep, and we ran some divers too out, what, 75 maybe?
We got them at 60 and about out to 90.
And what set do you typically run when you're just running one diver aside?
I like to get them out as far away from
So
the boat,
3?
so I have them at 3s.
All right. Well, the best baits obviously today, as you guys could see, we showed them off with a lot of the fish, but what do you got there, Steve?
Super Bread's probably our #1 today.
Yeah.
Then you got your orange icicle, orange gangster. Mixed veggies is always a good one to go with.
Yep. All super slim style from Dreamweaver. Our speed today was about 2.3 to 2.5, and what we noticed is if we got any over 2.5, we caught nothing. If we got much under 2.3, we were ticking bottom because we were really only fishing 50 feet of water.
Yeah, targeting 40 to 50, and if you do slow down, copper sinks quickly. So.
Exactly. So if you're looking to come up here, Steve runs Chum Bucket Charters. Now he's based out of Alpena, but we're out of the port of Cheboygan today. But really, this whole shoreline, basically from Mac City all the way down south of Alpena, is kind of the same type of a bite, isn't it?
It's almost identical. I didn't even take the lures off my rods from Alpena yesterday. We limited out yesterday in Alpena, brought them same spoons up here today, and same depth, same speed, same everything, same program.
Exactly.
Limits of fish.
And that's exactly the program. When you're coming here on the northeast side of Michigan, they call it the sunrise side, you'll experience a lot higher percentage of calm weather, and you'll always catch lots of fish. Hey, try these lures, try these setups. We think you'll catch more fish. Nice. Like this? Beautiful fish. Way to go, Abe. Hold that one up in the sun, Steve. That is another, is that icicle again? That is a awesome fish. So behind me, we've got the port exit for Cheboygan, Michigan. You know, this is one of the most beautiful port towns. It's the Lake Huron side of the long inland waterway that runs all the way from the Alanson area all the way to here. This is an extremely popular waterway, and this is also an extremely productive fishery. We're out today, it's the last day of April. We caught 10 beautiful lake trout. We had an awesome time, and this is truly a spot that if you have never fished the Cheboygan area or the Northeast Michigan or ports on Lake Huron side, you've really got to put this on your bucket list. We have never come here and not filmed an awesome show in one single day, but there's so much more that Cheboygan offers. A gorgeous downtown, fun things to do basically from the 1st of May all the way through. And in the winter time, tons of snowmobile trails all over the place, hiking, biking trails. This is one of the most really diverse destinations up here in northern Michigan. You know, and we also want to throw a little shout out to our guide, Steve Hubert from Chumbucket. He was willing to come up from the Port of Alpena, do a great job. You know, Steve is an expert basically from the Mackinac Bridge all the way to Alpena. He knows all these bodies of water. Also our friend Travis Laver. But if you're looking to get out with somebody on the Sunrise side, Steve Hubert from Chumbucket Charters is your guy. He's got awesome experience. He knows how to handle people, and most importantly, what everybody pays for, and that's to put fish in the boat. And Steve definitely does that. Yeah, Abe. That's gonna be a Wonder Bread hold-up fish right there, Avery. Woohoo! Oh yeah, you're right. You'll be able to pull that out with any old pliers you want. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us here on Fisherman's Digest. We got the Hubert clan joining us here in Cheboygan, Michigan. Avery's whacking big fish. Hey, we'll see you next week here on Fisherman's Digest.
Closed captioning is brought to you by WavePro. Best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.